So here we are. For people who haven't seen my stuff before, I got pulled into crypto mining a few years back. Like, it wasn't really a calculated decision, it was more just a slow drift. Started reading about it casually, then started poking around, then started actually running things. And then at some point I looked up and realized this had just kind of quietly become the main thing I do with my time. So yeah, nowadays I basically just live in this constant cycle of finding new platforms and apps and just, grinding through them to see what's actually underneath. Okay, so anyway, I've been quietly testing this cloud mining app called solidhash over the last couple months. And today I'm just gonna open it up right here and walk you through the whole thing live. What cloud mining actually means, what the process looks like start to finish. Just, no script as it happens. Okay, so let's just go from zero. So kicking things off, now it's giving me the coin picker, going with Ethereum for this run. And just worth flagging that this platform actually supports pretty much everything you'd want to mine. BTC, SOL, BNB, TRX, the whole roster. Okay, so clicking continue with ETH here. Nice. So now I need my receiving address in here. Let me just duck into Trust Wallet. Okay, copying and bouncing back over, dropping it into this field right here. Perfect. Okay, so next we've got these two settings, hash rate power and mining speed mode sitting right here. So, okay, the most stripped down explanation I can give, these basically act as your resource controls. One governs how much raw processing power gets pointed at your session, the other sets the pace at which the whole thing moves. And the trade-off is pretty intuitive. Push these up and things move quicker, but the fee structure adjusts upward to match. So just, land on whatever makes sense for what you're actually trying to accomplish here. Now I'm punching in my mining target just here. So this basically gives you your full picture, the crypto amount you're targeting and roughly what time frame you're working with to get there. Okay, everything's looking good. Tapping start mining and nice. Okay, we're running. All the real-time numbers are populating right here on screen. So let's just, hang back for a few minutes. And there it is. Good, I've mined ETH tokens. So now I can withdraw it to my wallet. But important thing here, the platform requires the infrastructure fee covered before processing any withdrawal. Everything's itemized right here, so factor that in. Okay, I'm copying this address. 1 minute. Back to the app, clicking, I've sent the payment, and just waiting for the system to verify everything. Good, funds sent to my wallet. So now I'm just waiting to reach my balance. Okay, so while this is doing its thing, I want to talk through some stuff because, look, I've been doing this long enough to have racked up some losses that in hindsight were, pretty avoidable if I just known what to actually look for. So the thing I now always check first, I go look into whether the platform has any kind of verifiable regulatory registration. Like, are they incorporated somewhere real? Do they show up in any financial authority records? Is there any compliance documentation you can actually locate externally? I once put a pretty significant amount into a platform that had zero regulatory footprint anywhere, and I just hadn't even thought to look for that. So, now it's the second thing I check. Also, something that tripped me up once that I now always watch for, how heavily is the referral program being pushed relative to the actual core product? Like if you land on a platform and the referral mechanics are somehow more prominent than the mining itself, and if the incentive structure seems more oriented around bringing in new users than generating actual mining revenue, that's a shape I recognize now. Took me longer than it should have to recognize it the first time though. So, okay, I know that was a bit of a download, but this is genuinely the stuff that would have saved me some real headaches back in the day. So, felt worth going through properly. If solidhash caught your attention today, link is pinned in the comment and it's down in the description too. All right, that's me done for today. Later.